Welcome to Kitchen 143. I am your host, Michelle Aventajado, your resident Momma in Manila, and I'd like to thank you for joining me yet again on this Tuesday evening. Today we're out and about, just a stone's throw from the Rappler HQ here in the Enderun Coworking space in Estancia. Enderun Colleges is known for churning out the finest hospitality professionals here in the Philippines. Their partnership with École Ducasse offers the students, the full-time students and the short course participants the finest education and philosophy of Alain Ducasse, as well as preparing them professionally for the job market. As always, we are live on the Rappler Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter pages. You can also find us on Momma in Manila Facebook page as well. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section. Chat us up if you have any questions for our guests. So of course, joining me on cam today, we have Elise Masurel, who's the Managing Director of École Ducasse. We have Daniel Perez, who's the COO of Enderun Colleges. And we also have Chef Marc Chalopin, who's going to prepare some wonderful dishes for us and tell us about, what you can expect when you attend classes, both short and of course as a student. So, hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello. We're very linear tonight, yes. Which is okay. So we'll start with you, Chef. How are you?
I'm swimming in happiness as usual.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Swimming in happiness. Well, I'm happy to be here, and everyone knows, while I'm not a chef, I certainly enjoy very good food, and I know we're gonna have some of that today.
Yeah. 4 different kind of dish.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I hope you really enjoy it.
I'm sure we will. And so you guys, if you are curious about Enderun Coworking, you can go ahead and check them out on Instagram, on Facebook. You can also check out École_Ducasse. That's on Instagram, and École Ducasse on Facebook. So if you guys are already curious and you want to start searching to learn more about what Elise is going to tell us about as well, go ahead and start searching those accounts. Elise, perhaps some of our viewers may not know, École Ducasse is the school of the renowned, the very well-known, the most decorated Michelin star Chef Alain Ducasse. And so for you guys, if you don't know this is like if you want to study under the Pinnacle, the Pinnacle chef, this is the school that you would attend. And the partnership with Enderun has provided so many opportunities for so many students. But let's talk first about École Ducasse. Started in 1999, yes. And the philosophy of the chef, obviously Chef Alain, who's our guru today, right? He changed the game for many chefs. He changed the game for the industry. Tell us a little bit about why he opened the school, some of the locations, so not just here in Manila, right? We're all over the world.
Exactly.
And what they can expect when looking to enroll in such a prestigious institution.
Okay. Yes, it's true that it's a kind of guru, Alain Ducasse, for all of us here.
World renowned.
Because he really, as you were mentioning it, changed the game with a very new and innovative culinary philosophy and pastry philosophy too.
Yes.
Because the vision he has about the way we should cook is that it has to be good for the planet and for the health.
Right.
And it's what we really want to transmit to all our students because it's very, very important. And it's not a new trend,
No.
Alain Ducasse, he made his first vegetable menu in Monaco in 1987. So it was a kind, yes, and very avant-gardiste, as we say in French. Yes. Because making a 3 stars Michelin menu only with vegetable was something completely revolutionary at this time. because again, he really wanted people to be conscious about the fact that they have to cook in a very healthy way, but also it has to be good for the planet.
Yeah.
And that's what, again, we really teach in our schools.
Yes.
And the concept behind, he gives a name to that concept, which is the naturality cuisine.
There.
So
The naturality.
Everything around
Yes.
natural.
Yes.
So meaning cooking only with very local products,
Yes.
very seasonal ones.
Yes.
Always bring less animal proteins. Respect also the seasonality of fishes, which is something that we transmit also
Yes.
to our students, and it's something very new also. It's not new, it's very old, but we forgot the seasonality of vegetables, of fishes, so how we learn that again to the students, and that's something very important. And on the other part, it's how you are becoming a chef, but not only a chef with excellent technical skills, which of course are very important.
Very.
Very. We remain very demanding, I would say, but on the other side, and that's something very important, we really want chefs becoming complete chefs, meaning having strong skills for having their own restaurants, meaning entrepreneurial skills.
Right.
Also managerial skills, how to be a good manager, how to retain the talents in their brigade, in their team, etc. And also citizen chef, because
I like that.
Yes.
Citizenship.
so being aware about all the types of food you can find everywhere in the world, so world citizen, I would say,
Yes,
but
yes.
also citizen that will respect both, again, planet and health of the people they are going to feed.
So Chef Alain was woke before woke was even a thing. I mean, if we talk about being holistic and we talk about approaching, it's kind of like that, if you compare it to a doctor do no harm, a chef who actually is working towards not just putting a delicious meal on your plate, but working towards creating a better environment, community, and teaching more in a holistic way, this naturalist, naturality method, right?
Yes.
The method. So I want to jump to Daniel, because we talked about also how, I was asking you earlier how we would describe the students that come out of Enderun, and we talked about it also being very holistic, right? So through École Ducasse and through Enderun, many of your students end up getting placed all over the world through this partnership, right? What gives our students, or what gives these students an upper hand in this community? So guys, you can't see it, but there's like a whole team of chefs off cam as well, while Chef Marc is here as well.
phone like that.
Yes, yes, they are. And it's quite, for me, it's so exciting to be able to be in the company of everyone. Daniel, what gives these young chefs, these students, the upper hand?
So first, Michelle, I'd just like to say, I don't have the advantage of sounding so sophisticated with that beautiful French accent.
We have the two of them here on either side of us.
I'd like to begin by, stating first my gratitude with the partnership we have with the École Ducasse team and Elise and Chef Marc being here. As you know, it's coming close to almost 2 decades, our partnership.
Yeah, in 2007, you
Yes.
said? Yeah.
It started in 2007, and it's precisely the philosophy and the ideals that we share, the values that we share in common. And being a university here in the Philippines, we really wanted to provide opportunities for the students here to work in any kitchen in any place in the world, right? And to be equipped with the necessary skills to do that. But the partnership with Ducasse was more valuable to us than anything, because not only do our students, you were asking about what advantage they had over students graduating from different schools.
Yeah.
And to complete our program, one, we need 2 internships. So by the time they graduate, our students speak probably a 3rd or a 4th language.
Wow.
They would have our bachelor's degree, but international credentials from École Ducasse.
Right.
And then they would have at least a year or a year and a half worth of work experience as a fresh graduate. So you can imagine that, possibly working in 3 different continents at the age of what, 20, 21? And you add all of that, and our students here, you know, they have opportunities to intern in some of Ducasse's restaurants, which are Michelin stars.
Right.
So even as a chef, to just have that in your resume, the appeal to future employers is drastic, to say the least. Very appealing. So those were the key reasons we were looking for an international partner, and I'm so happy we found a partner with the same values.
Yeah, I think we are too. We're happy. We are happy. So, guys, just to kind of paint the picture, Chef Alain Ducasse is the most awarded Michelin-starred chef. He has 20 Michelin stars spread out over his 36 restaurants. And guys, you know, for anyone who's a foodie understands what this means. But today, we're gonna learn some dishes that you don't have to be a foodie to appreciate, and you don't have to be a chef to also appreciate. So I know while we're chatting, Chef Marc is also gonna be putting some things together as well. For us, we have 4 dishes.
Yes, and the first one will be only vegetables.
Perfect. So just
we just
something that
yeah.
Chef Alain would really appreciate.
That's what we just talked a while ago about
Yeah.
naturality.
Yes,
So it's interesting
naturality.
to know that this dish, we try to use everything from the vegetables.
Yes.
For example, I'm using the inside part from the tomato. I'm using the root from the herbs. I'm using the inside part from the zucchini for the sauce. So I try to have no trash. 0 trash will be the goal, but of course we have some. And this one we confited it olive oil, so eggplant. We have different texture. We have pickled of onions. We have confit tomatoes. We have raw tomatoes. We have different kind of bell pepper, confit also. And after that, and this is the sauce. So I blend all the trimmings from vegetable, a lot of herbs also inside, some olive oil, and also always acidity inside, could be lemon or vinegar. So depending what you like.
Okay.
Could I
So
do?
yes, please plate. While you're plating, we'll also be talking about the vegetables and of course about the different dishes that we can expect as well. So I think many may not even understand this space. Let's talk about the space also, because we are here in the Enderun Coworking space. And for you guys that have entered the giveaway, you will actually have the opportunity to have access to a 1-week pass for a hot desk, which is actually worth, I think, 5,600 pesos. That's a really big prize, guys. You can take advantage of working here in Estancia, you know, stone's throw from, of course, our HQ, but you're in the middle of the city. You have a space to work, and it's quite nice, actually. I'd like an office here.
Sure.
So while Chef is plating, you know, we could talk about the different culinary innovation that Chef Alain has provided for the students who attend École Ducasse. The Philippines is the Asian hub, the regional hub. Yes. Tell us about where some of the other locations are. Obviously in France.
Yes.
Right. So
Exactly.
there's more than, I think, 4 or 5, you said, right?
All over the world, yes. But in France, we have 3 locations. We have one in Paris, which is dedicated to transmit to amateurs, so people like you and myself who wants to learn the recipes of the restaurants of Alain Ducasse.
Okay.
And then we have 2 campuses for people who wants to become chefs.
Right.
One close to Paris, in Meudon, dedicated to culinary, and we have also the biggest pastry school of the world.
Yes.
Dedicated to French pastry arts, chocolate, ice, and because there is also a strong pastry philosophy
Yes.
from Alain Ducasse, and it's located in the middle of in center of France.
Wonderful. I don't think there is anything better than French pastry. And my husband would arguably say that there's nothing better than French cuisine because it is his favorite. So, so Chef Marc agrees. But you do have, I think, you guys do have a few short courses coming up. One actually is about French pastry and French cookies at the end of the month.
Absolutely. So there's a few courses that are available here, really targeting more the enthusiast and leisure market.
Like me and maybe like you guys who are watching. So you can go ahead and check them out on Instagram and Facebook to see.
And perfectly, it's the Yuletide season.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone. So we have a few courses, pastry that's garnered particularly for treats and pastries that you would find during the season.
Will Chef Marc be the one teaching that?
That will be Chef Etienne for the pastry, but Chef Marc will be handling the
others.
Yes, the cuisine.
The cuisine.
Yeah, hot
okay.
mess.
This looks beautiful, Chef. I'm gonna actually show the camera when you're ready, when you tell me.
Some olive oil, huh?
Yes, some good olive oil.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the price of olive oil is amazing.
Yes. Okay. So this is ready. Voila.
Et voilà.
So, guys, this is like a vegetable party here. It's so good. I would enjoy this by itself. This could be my dinner. So what are you guys eating?
That, hopefully.
I'm kidding.
Different texture, different flavors, different shaving also. That was interesting. Vegetable is very interesting to work. I love that.
It really is.
Yes, because people think eating vegetable is boring. No, it's so exciting.
Yeah. Filipinos don't like vegetables so much.
Yes, I know that.
No? Even their vegetable, they have to put meat in the vegetables.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But you don't have a lot of vegetable in Sultan. A lot of roots.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of roots.
Yeah.
So we have pickled onions.
Yes, we have eggplant,
yes.
zucchini, radish, arugula, romaine, tomatoes confit, raw tomatoes, and cherry tomatoes, yellow one. And so different doneless, different crunchiness.
Yes, this looks delicious. So I'll give you guys one more peek at it. And then we can pass. I will pass it down, I promise.
You have to share.
So I will share, guys. This really is, but this really is you want to add something else on top?
No, it's for you. When you keep some in your plate, you can add some more sauces.
So we add, okay. So I will take a little bite here.
You want I cut it for you?
Sure, wow, okay.
I'm a gentleman.
Well, thank you. Danielle, the degrees, I was surprised. I was talking with Haya earlier, and we were talking about how the different degrees that you can accomplish at Enderun. I didn't know you had a high school as well.
Yes, we do.
Right, so senior high.
Yeah, so we have a senior high program, grade 11 and 12. And what makes the program unique is our AP capstone diploma. This allows you to garner credits for college as well, right? And, we have various sort of avenues in the senior high. You can do a business track or a STEM track or a humanities track.
Right.
So depending on the student's interest. But it's good exposure to come into Enderun at the senior high because you get a lot of the experiences the college students get early on in high school.
So you can see them, they're here. They're going out to help as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We work like that, guys. Good idea.
Yeah,
Don't give me the fork and knife.
yeah. So I think that's pretty amazing because you know what, sometimes you mentioned that it's somewhat traditional, but getting a taste and understanding what you can expect in this profession obviously would give candidates or future chefs or future hospitality professionals a really good understanding of where they want to be in the industry. Okay, so guys, you can follow Enderun Coworking on Facebook and Instagram, and on Facebook. Oh, we have hazelnuts.
Yes, hazelnuts for the
We have
crunchiness.
hazelnuts.
I'm
Yeah,
so stressed, I forgot.
you're not stressed. You can break out in song. I was like, he's going to make you do it yourself.
Exactly, yes. I'm not.
Do you need his tool?
No, it's nice to have different textures.
Yes, it is. Actually.
I wanted to use a pili, you know the pili?
Yes,
nuts.
absolutely.
Yeah, pili nuts, but I cannot
Yes.
find.
You couldn't find.
So always the philosophy of École Ducasse is using something locally.
Yeah.
We don't, yes, sure, we have to import. For example, next week I imported artichoke from France because we have to show them. That costs us one arm, but we have to do that because we want to show them. But one time, but the rest we really try to use something local. It's very important for us.
So I'll tell you guys about this, the vegetable confit.
Yes.
Yeah. The eggplant is soft and earthy. The crunch of the hazelnuts, or filberts, as my dad would call them. My dad calls the hazelnuts filberts. Adds to the dish. There's the fresh radish. The peppers are also confit.
The what?
The peppers were also confit.
Yes, also, yeah. Burn the skin,
Yeah.
remove the inside part, and confit also.
Yeah, so this is a delicious dish with all of the colors. So you guys can imagine when you've heard me say that I tell my kids they have to eat 5 colors a day. This is all 5 colors on one plate. So if they ate this, I'd be happy, and then they get an A+.
They can eat pizza after.
They get an A+.
I'm such a meat eater, but
I was gonna segue to that.
but it's when I dine with Ducasse restaurants that I really enjoy my vegetables.
You can appreciate
Yes, absolutely.
everything that goes into it. Chef, the students that come to you, do they enjoy vegetables off the bat? I'm just curious about the Filipino students who join.
They're happy to discover something else, but they're surprised that you can do that with vegetables.
Of course.
And sure, they like it. Not
Yeah.
as I wanted as well, but they like it.
Excellent.
They are curious. That's so interesting. They are curious.
Right. I think that's probably a characteristic that they have to possess when they
Yeah.
decide to study. No?
Correct.
Curious about all the different types of food. Okay, what do we have next? I know you have
We
another
next,
dish.
we have some meat. We have the
That's
beef cheek.
We have
Give me
some
all the plates here. Okay?
beef cheeks.
Yeah, beef
okay,
cheeks.
so and beef cheeks for our viewers who may not know, this is the most tender.
Yeah, the most tender
the
part of the beef.
taste, yes.
So we cook it for a long time with the red wine. It's like a bit bourguignon, the favorite dishes of Ali. So we
Elise.
cook that for almost 3-4 hours with the red wine.
So it's like braised. It's
Yes, like braised. And also to balance the heaviness of the plate, we make a condiment with a lot of vinegar, onions, tomato confit, and some one of my favorite
Thyme.
herb now is oregano.
Oh, it's oregano.
Yes, and some olive also to remember there is also.
So I love the smell of the fresh herbs. Does the campus have like a garden where the herbs and?
Give it to me.
I'm just curious.
Yes, so
Yeah?
that's actually a new project that we're going to be working on. We're going to try to put a farm on top of our roofs for a lot of the fresh herbs. And
Which would totally be in line with what Chef Alain's philosophy is in terms of being sustainable.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And even in our campus in France, we have a vegetable garden that is maintained both by the chefs and the students together, and the staff also,
Yes.
all the staff of the school, so that everyone can learn how to cook your garden. And it's maintained in what we call permaculture, which is a very natural way to bring up your vegetable garden.
Also now we grow up our herbs in Enderun. We grow up herbs. This one comes from Enderun, the not cilantro, the oregano. We have also some mint. You have tarragon, and this one, guys, I forgot the name. You told me. Gotokola.
Gotokola.
You don't know this one?
No, I don't know. Can I smell it?
Yeah, something interesting.
I don't know too. Happy to discover.
Yeah. See, we can touch and feel and smell here as well as taste.
Very good.
So it's a full experience, a full learning experience. I truly am a student of life, and so for me, this is like such a wonderful opportunity because through the classes, you know, I mean, at least you were saying one of the campuses is really focused to like mid-career people who might decide suddenly, like, I don't want to be in finance. I want to suddenly, you know, pursue my passion of cooking or baking. This looks beautiful. Let's share this and show this with everybody. So this on top, is that an olive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Olive, tomato confit. So this is the beef cheek, braised in the red wine, and inside we can is cook. And of course, we cut it by half, and we add the condiment with reddish vinegar, with the onions, tomato confit, oregano, and we eat it like that.
Wow, this looks so special. And so for you guys that maybe can't see so well on the camera, what I will explain to you is it has this like glass-like, I can just tell it's going to be so flavorful
so much.
because it's been braised so long. Beef cheeks is not a lean meat. It's got quite a bit of flavor.
Correct.
Yes?
In fact, more the meat is tough, more there is flavor inside.
Yes.
And
Yes.
70% of the beef is you have to stew it. Almost 65% cannot grill it.
You have to,
You have to stew it.
braise it or
yes,
stew
braise
it.
stew it, and that's why the meat is good.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, this
let's
looks so
go.
good. Are you going to cut it for
of
us
course,
again?
ma'am.
Such a gentleman. So this is very exciting. I mean, so I started to say, one of your campuses is really focused on, you know, mid-career professionals who maybe decide they don't want to do this. But what I really appreciate is that if I want to dabble or if I want to learn a little bit more, I can do a short course, I can do a certificate. I think even during the pandemic, there were opportunities for virtual learning as well, right? So how has the pandemic changed how you guys are educating these future chefs?
So definitely, you know, when the pandemic hit and students weren't allowed to come face to face, we
Like
really
the sauce.
leverage digital technology and learning management systems.
Right.
And of course, you had to be creative. So we worked with the Ducasse team in Paris for online courses.
Right.
And how we would still put in that sort of practical, physical aspect to it. So we would ship the recipe ingredients
Yes.
to the houses.
Yeah.
And as they would go through the curriculum, they were guided live by the professors. It wasn't pre-recorded. I'm
Yeah.
not such a big fan of pre-recorded videos.
Okay.
And at the same time,
Thank you.
the purpose of learning in class also is the community.
Right.
So students were competing, so it was gamified, and they were chatting with each other, and they were talking to each other. So there would be competitions on what they would produce. I think that's one of the ways we innovated with the Ducasse team
Yeah.
from Paris.
So, and how did that work with the rest of the campuses?
So if in France we were a bit more lucky, to be honest, regarding pandemic, because we were able to open earlier than
Yes.
the school in Philippines, for example, or in other countries. But we did also a lot of competition, online competition, with all the campus, for example, in France, but also with abroad. And it was also an excellent way to continue to bring emulation between students in a remote way, and to bring the community live also, because it was very important to keep the link with all the community and with all the students. And alumni, so the students that already finished their course, were able to participate to the competition too, and
As well.
to give some advice to the new students.
So kind of like mentors.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
And helping each other out. That's that
Yes.
building community. Did you take a bite already? I
Not
couldn't
yet.
wait.
Not yet.
I'm sorry, I couldn't wait while Elise was chatting.
No
I
problem, you know.
took full advantage. Chef, this is so tender. It's so tender you can actually cut it with your fork. You don't need the knife. Oh, it's so good.
Excellent.
It's delicious.
And what is perhaps also very interesting to highlight following COVID is you were mentioning it before, but there is a big trend around career changers
Yes.
and many people who wants to join a job with passion, you know, a new job with passion. So as you were mentioning, there could be finance director, there could be HR,
And they
human
decide.
resource director.
Right.
We have pilots, plane pilots, so
Who
many
decide.
different. Yes, who decide to really change
Yeah.
and to go back to a job where they can find strong passion
Yes.
and a big and sense also, and knowing why you are waking up every day.
Absolutely. Well, I think the pandemic has.
We have a student like that.
Yeah.
So she works first in the stock market.
Okay.
So she stopped, she quit, because she said, when I lost $1 million, I cannot do it again. But when in culinary, if I lost my sauce, I can do it again. I'm so happy.
So it's really sustainable. I love that. But there are success stories from your students. I mean, you guys, there is so much involved in what you do. There is a consciousness, there's a give back, there is an opportunity, obviously, to build future. I think you referred to them as community chefs,
Yes.
where they're concerned about the community as
Exactly.
well. And, you know, Daniel, we were chatting earlier because, of course, guys, I told them I have a foundation. I told them about Best Buddies and, you know, the different things that we do in the community to create a more inclusive community. And then you know, were also telling me about how some really amazing success stories out of the students who have gone on, and some are even working in Paris.
Yes, our favorite endeavor, our favorite project with Mr. École Ducasse was our partnership with the Tuloy Foundation.
Okay.
It's where we take underprivileged kids that went through sort of vocational training at his institution and top them up with a 2-month intensive program, really with the objective of changing their life, giving them a career. So we now have students working all over the world. You know, and some of them are in Paris, some of them are in the Middle East, now making a good earning for their family. So it's really a big transformational shift, right? And all possible because of collaborative work and collaborative partnership.
Well, that's really what it's all about right now at this time. I think the pandemic changed all of us. We realized that we don't have to, you know, continue to do something we don't love or we're not passionate about. And, you know, we also know that we can make a difference if we choose to, while doing something we love. It's incredible to see, you know, when you were telling me about that story right away, I was so happy to be able to put a face to the name. So it's such a heartwarming story. It's all about the stories, guys. It's really all about the stories. Chef, what are you making now?
It's another recipe. So this recipe also, all the recipe come from us programs. Okay. The first one you can say is like a more trend, because vegetable is very interesting for everybody. This one is more from bistro style.
Yes.
And this one is come from the modern, because we cook the shrimp at a really precise temperature. We use thermometer for that. You don't want to rise more than 80 degrees Celsius.
So is this what we would call sous vide?
No, we don't
No,
cook sous vide this
different.
one. No, this is different. And after we marinate it with some acidity of lemon.
Okay.
So lemon from Baguio, of course.
Of course.
So after that, it's just like that, and some raw grated fennel and some also coriander.
So years ago when I first moved, and you first came in 07 or 08, you said 08?
Yeah.
Yes. When I first moved in 06, I remember looking for fennel.
No.
Could not find any. No fennel.
Correct.
I had to only go to one place for an aubergine. I had to look all over for these different vegetables that I knew and grew up with in New York, and they were almost non-existent. So guys, I don't know if you know, but you can go into any grocery store now and you can find
In
fennel.
15 years, it's amazing
You
how
can
it's growing
find.
up. It's
Yes.
amazing. Before
Yeah.
we cannot find, and you know, this one grew up at the Philippines also.
Yes, I know you were saying
That's
it's
what's
local.
amazing.
And I've seen it in the grocery stores,
Yeah.
not just a specialty store, right? So, and that's a difference, because you know it's local if it's in the grocery store, because we have lots of specialty delis. You haven't had much time. Elise is only here for 2 days, guys, but she did try our favorite Filipino dishes, so we'll ask her about those later. But you know, for the more, I guess, hard to find items, there's a few delis we can go to and look for. Like in the beginning, I could not find an aubergine. There was only the Japanese, the Asian eggplant.
Okay.
And coming from New York, I wanted the aubergine. So I remember like looking and driving all over the metro looking for it. But now you can find it everywhere. You can find this. Chef, in the 15 years that you've, you know, been here,
Yeah.
what are some of the other ingredients that are readily available? I know you mentioned you're still shipping in some artichokes
Yeah.
from France, which of course, if you want to make it special, you can, but
Celery root
fennel,
also.
celery
Yes,
root.
there is not before Philippines.
Also
Very
known
good.
as celeriac,
Celeriac.
right? Yeah. So celery root, we couldn't have, we didn't have before either.
Look at that, I'm cutting the peppercorn by half.
Yeah, I'm
Can you
looking
believe
at
that?
that. I'm looking at what you're doing and I'm amazed. I'm actually going to dictate for you guys. So Chef has actually taken the whole peppercorns and cut them in half just to make sure that each bite has a half a peppercorn. Talk about exact.
And we want to show the cutting part of the peppercorn, not the black part.
Yes.
Okay, some.
And
now-
there's all different types of peppercorns,
Yeah.
right? This black one I think is usually grown in Batangas. the
Yes,
black
and
pepper.
the advantage, the black one, even if it's the cheap one, is good. The
Yeah.
black pepper is really good pepper.
Yeah.
The different pepper like Sarawak and white pepper,
Yes.
you really need to have a high quality to be good, and it's so expensive. So if you the recipe say white pepper,
black.
if you cannot buy it, cannot afford, use the black one, is good.
That's good enough.
That's what I really love about Chef Alain Ducasse's philosophy. The real focus to use local ingredients,
Right.
locally produced ingredients.
Right.
It's amazing, and it elevates also what we produce here in the Philippines. right?
Absolutely. I was just going to say, working with the farmers obviously creates a more synergistic relationship where you know, I've heard of different people also working, or different chefs working with specific farmers to help them
Exactly.
cultivate different crops.
And I think it's important because it's really a change of mindsets
Yes.
in the way the chef have to work.
Yeah.
And it's also really part of the Alain Ducasse philosophy, meaning that the chef now have to work together with producer
Yes.
to select the farmers they want to work with.
Right.
And so it's now not anymore the chefs who are telling to the producer what they have to produce.
Yeah.
The chefs now adapt themselves
Yes.
to what the producer and the earth have
Yes.
to offer.
Yes.
And that's really a change of mindset in the way you build your menu. Whatever the kind of food you can do, it's always being able to adapt yourselves to what the nature is offering to you,
Right.
and not the contrary.
That's the natural.
Yes, exactly.
naturality. Yeah.
And that's something very interesting, I think, in the way you build your own menu.
Amazing. Well, this menu looks fantastic. Chef, you have to tell us once we can show the we're going to
Still get
show.
amazed with
Are
whatever
we
they
done?
produce.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to show the camera. Tell us what we have here. I know we talked a little bit
The
about
big
the
shrimp.
fennel.
So it's a big shrimp, 10 pieces per kilo. So we.
How much per kilo?
Oh, 10 pieces. The price of the piece.
The price.
It's not.
These are
it's
big.
affordable. Yes. It's
Yeah.
something. Oh, it's not so expensive. It's affordable. So this one we cook it. We remove the shell. We remove the shell. We trim it, and we poach it in the courbouillon with a lot of spaces inside at maybe 3-4 minutes at 90 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
We really control. Then after that, we marinate it with the lemon from Baguio. So lemon, we remove the skin. We made the julienne. So we use the lemon juice to doing a syrup, and we also the segment, the pulp part, and we cook it together.
So it's candied.
Yes, it's candied also, and we finish it by added olive oil, salt, and some
Yes.
powder of star anise.
Star anise. Oh, so you can't see
coriander.
that on the plate, but I am sure we will taste it in a little bit. That's so distinct. So Chef is going to plate that for us. Chef Alain is known for so many things, but in bringing modern or contemporary French cuisine to to the world. Obviously, he's provided so many opportunities for us Filipinos also, right? To learn so much more about the intricacies and just looking at this dish, right? It looks simple, guys, but it looks simple. It doesn't look like it's, but even just the techniques, the classic techniques fused with modern, the modern way to put it together, right? The fact that the lemons are from Baguio, the fennel that can now be grown here, right? How does this fare? I almost want to pull one of the students on cam. They're all running away, like backing up, just to kind of see, how this is for them. It's obviously not everybody grows up with
Absolutely.
this.
You know what? One of the things I love about Chef Alain Ducasse is his versatility. So, not everything is needs to be like he has this. One of my favorite concepts that he has is the spoon. The restaurant's called Spoon in Hong Kong.
Spoon.
Yeah, and he
Not cuillère.
One of my favorite dishes there for all time is the truffle mac and cheese. It's just a simple truffle mac and cheese, but just done so well. And I think that's one of the genius why he is who he is, right? He can make complex recipes like this, but as simple as truffle mac and cheese, and it's just amazing.
So, how many of Chef Alain's restaurants have you gone around and visited? Is there like a? We have to check off the list.
I was so blessed. I was there in I think September last year, and Elise was so kind, and Chef Alain Ducasse himself prepared had me have a meal at this restaurant in Les Hombres. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but it had an unadulterated view of the Eiffel Tower, like beautiful balcony there, and the food was, of course, as expected, perfect. And one of the few places that I enjoy eating vegetables.
So for those of you guys, if you missed it, Daniel enjoys meat. He's a meat eater, through and through, if we ask, which you'll probably get to know a little bit better. I couldn't wait. I dug in while you were talking. I take advantage, guys, when they're talking and they're, passionately sharing. That's when I can take my bite. The seafood was so fresh. The prawn is fresh, cooked perfectly. Sometimes when you have shrimp that's overcooked, it's so chewy and hard. This obviously was not, because it was cooked at 90 degrees. Yes. I'd still want to learn more about that technique. Maybe I have to enroll to learn how to do that. And then, of course, the lemon, the citrus is like a pop. The crunch of the fresh fennel. So I grew up eating fennel at the end of a meal. The Italian Americans would eat fennel at the end because it's the licorice, and like you'd have it and maybe even have it with an aperitif or the fruit or the nuts that were on the table afterwards. So this is delicious as a salad. What did you guys think? Give me your feedback also.
I'm jealous of Chef Marc's daughter who gets to eat like this every day.
Every day, all day.
No, every day, all
it's
day.
excellent, and for me what is great, and it's very in line with the philosophy of Alain Ducasse, it remains perfectly simple, I would say. Meaning that you magnify all the products, and in the culinary philosophy of Alain Ducasse, the product is the star. He often says that he only do 20% of the work and the producer do 80% of the work. So, and that's really what I like here. It's perfectly simple, I would say.
Wow.
I would agree. I would agree. I like that he said the ingredients or the product is a star. Yes, exactly. So he's really just shaping whatever he's given, the earth, the sea, the land, and creating something that is masterful. Thank you, Chef Marc.
And it's not finished. There's one more.
Oh, there is.
Yes.
Wow, we're so lucky.
Let's go, guys.
Lucky.
So we have I wanted more to add, Michelle.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Normally, you would get this at
I was thinking
Ducasse restaurants, right?
Yes.
But because of École Ducasse's philosophy and methodology and pedagogy of teaching, these things we're eating here today are prepared by our students.
Yes.
And they're able to recreate that level of quality. And that's what's impressive, right?
Right. All from the students. Chef tried to take my plate away.
You held it back.
And I said, no. I want to finish it. Chef, tell us what what the students have also prepared here.
Okay, this one we try to make something like fusion. Fusion is not confusion, I agree. So we use the leeks with nori leaves, with some condiments, some oyster, and we wanted to create some recipe like that. So this is we use the leek. So we cook them in a vegetable broth,
Yes.
and after that we dry them, of course, and inside we mix them with a lot of herbs and some condiment like mustard, pickles. Then we roll it in a nori leaves like that, and after that we dry if this is the leeks, but you dry it, you know. So nice.
So it's like a chip.
Yeah, it's like a chip. So we use that also.
Can I
And-
try it?
Of course. And also inside we put this one we made the powders, and we put also some powders inside to enhance the
Wow.
the
But I
taste
could
of the
really,
meat.
I could really nosh on these. They're chips.
Yeah.
They're really good. Another way to get your kids to eat
And we have
vegetables is to turn them into
Exactly.
chips.
Exactly.
So I know, Chef, we talked, you have an 8-year-old. Oh, what's that?
This is the sauce.
Yeah.
This is the anchovy, caper, the brunoise of fennel, olive oil, and also, of course, with some bit of salt and pepper. So because the leek is the taste is not very strong, we want to rise the taste with some acid.
So we're gonna level it up. We're leveling it up. You know, working and managing École Ducasse, you have kids.
Yes.
Are your kids foodies?
Yes. Very.
So
They want to join École Ducasse, you know.
Really? They do? That's
get
so
discount.
amazing!
We get discount.
They should go for free.
Yes, maybe.
So you're plating the...
So I put some
Yes.
sauces in the
Yes.
bottom. I put the leeks on top.
Daniel, you also have kids.
I do.
Yeah. They're meat eaters like you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely meat eaters.
Yeah. So much of what we, I guess, how our relationship develops with food is passed on to us, no? Through our family, through whether it's our mom or our grandmother or, you know, whoever it is that does the cooking in the house. And I think for me, actually, you know, exploring and stepping outside my comfort zone, that was really, this is where I will give my husband credit. One of the rare instances. No, I'm kidding. I give him credit all the time. I give him credit all the time. I really do.
Elisa's like looking for it to see.
So we cook oyster. Huh? It's not fresh. Huh?
So,
No,
so
it's
you
cooked.
cooked
We
it.
cook it.
How
We
did
poach,
you cook it?
We poach it with the juice of the oyster.
Okay.
And we add also lemon inside and the zest of the lemon, and some peppercorn. Let's marinate it inside.
So it's poached. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's poached. No, not
It's not
raw.
like ceviche where you
no.
cook it with the
At the
acid.
Philippines, we don't eat raw oyster.
Okay.
Except if you are close to the sea. You
Yes.
catch it, you can eat. But
Yes.
if you buy it in the market, it's better
Not
to...
safe.
Yeah, it's not safe.
Okay. So this one is poached in its own juices with a little bit of peppercorn.
Yeah, correct. And lemon, peppercorn. No salt, of course. There is enough inside.
Yes. They already are salty and briny. This is so exciting. So I was saying how, you know, Nino actually forced me to step outside my comfort zone and trying different foods. So I was very bland in what I preferred prior to dating Nino. I liked lots of Italian American dishes, and you know, I could go for days when I was younger just eating pasta. I would be happy just eating pasta. But now, of course, I enjoy all of the different cuisines. I've learned how to cook some of the Asian cuisines, which I found challenging before, and I would say I could only go out for those dishes. Chef, I even learned how to make some Korean dishes during the pandemic.
Perfect.
Yeah, we even tried making our own kimchi. It's better if we buy it.
Yes, and also we try to do kimchi that available that vegetable the Korean never use, like a funnel. We did kimchi with funnel.
How did that come out?
Yeah, I like it, but
Did your wife like
not
it?
my wife.
I can imagine your wife
Yes.
would not like it.
She doesn't like it. It's okay. So
Well, the real test is your daughter. Did your daughter like it?
no,
No.
she's so picky. You know, my daughter. I try to. I cook for her every day, so it's a test, and she try and she tell me if it's not good or not, if it's good or not. You know.
So she's your critic,
Exactly.
the biggest critic.
And she can
right?
say whatever she wants. I say nothing after, but
But our kids actually are the biggest critics, no?
yes,
They-
because there's sincerity. They say I don't like. That's it.
At all.
Transparency.
Yes, always, always. This looks amazing. It actually looks like a big sushi roll. This outer part,
This one is the nori leaves,
seaweed.
seaweeds. Yes.
Okay. So it's rolled.
I thought it
It's
was
got
a- I
all the
thought it was a
different
giant cucumber.
ways
Eggplant.
to make leeks.
Okay,
So now,
correct.
so if you guys aren't familiar with leeks, you have the green onions, but the leeks are much bigger, meatier. I've seen so many different recipes. Actually, I feel like leeks are trending right now on TikTok and Instagram. So many people are doing recipes with leeks as well. Is there a trend going on there, chef?
Yes, yes. It's
You feel?
amazing how in 15 years this country moved. It's amazing. Before it was very difficult to find ingredients. Now it's easier.
Now it's much
Yes,
easier.
much easier.
And leeks are one of the main ingredients in Korean cooking too. no?
Correct, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm excited to try this.
Nice.
I'm telling everyone not to take away my prawn because I realized once my beef was taken away, I don't know where it went.
I had your serving.
Oh, it's okay. I'll share with you. So I'll take and pass.
Thank you.
This looks amazing.
Yes.
So much effort that has gone into this.
Beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
you know, one of the things that I know philosophy wise, it has to be just as beautiful as it is delicious in presentation, right? You've heard different many chefs have said, right? It's not just how it tastes, it's the presentation, it's the process.
If your
it's
food is, if the food is beautiful, the first impression of the people is, it's good. So if it's so, people say, okay.
It's okay. So. So, okay. Guys, if you would like to learn more about the Enderun Coworking space here, you can follow them on Instagram, Enderun Coworking, also on Facebook. You can also check out École_Ducasse on Instagram and École Ducasse on Facebook. So, you know, if you guys are inspired and you would like to learn more, maybe you want to study or go back, all of the information there can be found. So, did you guys try it already?
It's delicious.
Yeah, I'm just checking if you have a full mouth so you can tell us about it while I take a bite. Oh my gosh.
It might sound biased, but it is absolutely delicious.
Okay.
Chef Marc and the students, congratulations. Wow.
Should we give them a hand?
Yeah,
This is the
fantastic
fourth. I'm going
work.
to try mine before I give you a hand.
Congrats. That's
I'm sure I will end up giving you a hand anyway. The textures, the anchovies, a little bit of tart. So that's that vinegar.
Yep.
Is it vinegar or lemon?
Dijon mustard, probably mustard, caper.
So, for those of you guys that would like to try and make this at home, all of these recipes will be posted. We have access to all 4 recipes that Chef Marc has shared with us. We're going to go ahead and post it as well. So if you would like to try it, make sure you try it If you're going to post it, make sure you tag us, tag tag École Ducasse, and tag Enderun Coworking so we can see it. For those of you that entered the giveaway, you can also take advantage. There will be 10 winners who will get to use the space for 1 week. You get a hot desk, and that's worth 5,600 pesos. So you can come in, you can use the space, you can check out, everything that they have to offer here. It's a great space. Again, thank you so much for having us. I mean, like, we invaded your space and you cooked for us.
Pleasure.
Fantastic.
You missed glass of wine,
Yeah, it's okay. We can have that next time. Hopefully you'll have us back. Will you have us back?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are other short courses, classes. Does the school take rolling admissions?
Yes, we do. So if you're interested in taking any of the classes, check out our website. I think one thing I would add, though, is there opportunities to do classes at both campuses, here in Manila and in Paris, or in Midong specifically. So we can do, can do a semester here, spend a 2-week program there, or a semester there, or even possibly finish your bachelor's degree at our partner institution. So
That's lots of opportunities to learn, to hone your craft, and of course to build those skills to go out and pursue your desired career in hospitality. I'm gonna have more of these, but before I do that, are you guys ready for some rapid fire?
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so who shaped your relationship with food?
Mom.
Father.
Not that too.
Favorite food as a kid?
Pasta?
Italian food.
Pasta.
Steak.
Consistent. Favorite cuisine as an adult?
Veggie.
Vegetarian.
Mediterranean.
Yes, me
cuisine.
too. I like that.
Absolutely Chinese.
I like all, actually. What is your favorite dish to prepare? It could be for yourself or it could be for your daughter.
Oh, for my daughter, it's been difficult because the taste, change. What she like now, she doesn't like 1 year ago. So
Rapid fire, chef. Rapid fire.
My focus, my goal is to push her to eat more vegetables.
Okay.
So I try really vegetables a lot.
So preparing vegetables
Yeah.
for, what's your daughter's name?
Chloe, Yuna, Kim, Chalopin.
You made it easy for her.
Yes. Yuna, she likes
food.
Yuna. Hi, Yuna.
So Yuna, make sure you eat dad's vegetables when
Yes.
he tries to give them to
Listen,
you.
daddy, okay?
Favorite dish to prepare?
Bœuf bourguignon. Very French style.
Yes.
But
And
you
so
know,
then you
with
pour a little
friends-
wine and then you drink
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
wine.
It's very cozy with
Yes.
friends.
It is.
In winter, perfect.
It's a wonderful dish.
Yeah,
I
just
enjoy
grilled
it.
ribeye steak.
Grilled ribeye. Again, consistent. Okay, who is your favorite food guru?
Alain Ducasse, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Walk with Yan. Of course, Alain Ducasse.
Okay. But I did grow up watching him too. Favorite hobby when not cooking?
Music.
Listening to music. What are you listening to?
Some opera. I love opera.
Opera. I heard that you like to sing.
It was a long time
Can
ago.
you give us a little? Just a little?
The what?
I don't know, a little something. Do you have
Oh, sole mio, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, bravo.
Working for that, I know.
Things you do when you're in front of the camera.
I've been waiting.
Horse riding.
Okay.
Wow. Golf.
Very good. Golf. Fantastic. Okay, music in the kitchen, yes or no?
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
Love that.
But not while you're with the students.
Of course, no.
But at home, yes.
Yeah.
When you're with
Oh, yeah, I
the
love
ladies.
that.
Yeah.
With music, yes, at home with the children.
Yes. What's playing?
It
Do
can
they
be
choose?
anything. Yes, they choose a lot.
Yeah.
They are
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have some Swifties playing? Are you
Yes.
playing Taylor?
Exactly.
No? No?
No.
What's playing?
Yeah.
Swifties I have some Swifties in my,
Yes.
my kids love Taylor Swift. Takeout or dine-in?
Take out.
Dine in for the whole
Dine in,
experience.
absolutely.
Dine-in. Of
Dine-in.
course the chef says takeout. He wants to go home, kick off his shoes and relax.
So always my wife say always you complain. Always you complain. So eat at home.
It's very hard to please a chef when you go out to eat.
But I
No?
say nothing. I say yes, but you can see on your face.
She knows you that well.
Yeah.
She knows you that well. Two foods that go together but don't go together.
Oh,
Something your wife would like with kimchi.
yes, kimchi and brie, camembert.
I love camembert.
good.
Chef, I have a confession. I have a story.
About you.
When we were newly married, we honeymooned in Paris.
Yes. Ah,
Right.
And
good.
yes, we did. And
In Ducasse?
no, we honeymooned in Paris. And every night I would order a cheese plate before bed. That's when dairy obviously agreed with me. I wasn't middle aging. I was a bright young whippersnapper at 24, so I could eat anything I wanted. And every night I ordered camembert.
Wow.
And every night Nino would say, "Do you have to eat it in the bedroom? Can't you go downstairs and eat it downstairs? Why are you ordering it before we go to bed?" Yeah, I love camembert though.
Yes, I love too.
Not very
Not
romantic.
very romantic at all.
But you know, I compare my wife like that in Korea. Yes, when we go outside, I buy one bottle of wine and one platter of cheese. I spend my month in 1 week because the wine was so expensive.
Oh, it's so expensive in Korea.
Yeah, there are a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
French wine.
Yeah, all of wine. There is almost 100% taxes.
Wow.
Per bottle, it's so high.
Wow. Okay. Two foods for you guys. Do you have something?
Scorpion and chocolate.
And you've had it.
I've had scorpion. I haven't had it with chocolate yet.
You know it's mainstream if it's covered in chocolate.
Right.
So you guys didn't know that you could have scorpions covered in chocolate. That goes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Any kitchen or dining accessory that you collect?
I like silver.
Yeah.
And I like copper.
Yeah.
Pot.
So the saucepan.
Yeah, saucepan, platters, fork and knife.
I'm gonna ask-
anything at home.
I'm going to ask you later the difference between making a sauce in a copper pot and in
Okay.
something else. We'll get into that later, and maybe I can share that with you guys also. Something you collect.
Chinese rice bowls.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Nice.
Not me personally. My wife.
Yeah. So she likes to set the table and make tablescapes, and yeah, that's nice. Anything you collect?
No, not so much. No collection I did.
Okay.
Not yet.
You're on the sofa. I didn't give you guys this one. You're on the sofa watching a movie. What's on your snack board? What are you?
Saucisson, I have to assume. Saucisson.
Saucisson.
It's like a dry
Saucisson.
meat.
It's like a
Dry meat.
salsichon.
pastrami.
Yes, exactly.
Pastrami.
Salami.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pastrami,
yes.
pastrami,
Okay.
something
Kind
like
of.
that.
Okay.
Yes.
Same jerky.
Jerky?
Cured meat. Yeah.
Cured.
Yes.
Of course, you surprised me.
Yeah.
You did
Sorry.
not.
That's
Cheese, of course.
Jeez. What's your favorite comfort food?
When I was kid or now?
No.
Burger,
Yeah.
but the good one.
A good one.
Yes.
A New York burger.
Yes, of course.
chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yes.
Guilty. McDonald's Big Mac.
Yes. Daniel.
I love your answers, Danielle. Okay, these are really fast, so you can just answer. You can answer at the same time. Savory or sweet?
Savory.
Savory.
Pasta or potatoes?
Pasta.
Kare-kare or adobo?
Both.
Adobo.
Adobo.
Yes, I tried it today.
Yes, very good. Champorado or ube?
Champorado.
Balut, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll find out tonight.
Nilaga or sinigang?
Nilaga.
Nilaga.
Sinigang.
Okay. Tapa or tocino? Tapa.
Tocino.
I know tapas, I don't know tocino. What's that tocino?
Tapa is the beef.
Yes, I know that.
And then tocino is the pork, very sweet.
I know.
Yes.
I don't
No,
like too sweet tapa.
So you like tapa. So that's it. That wraps this episode. So much fun, guys. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I can't wait to visit with Chef Marc again. I hope you'll have me in your
Will
kitchen
be
again.
will be pleasure to see you again.
I'd love
in
that.
our school, in
I really
Enderun
would.
College.
That'd be
BGC,
awesome.
Ready for you.
We can learn something new.
Yes.
So of course, guys, as always, keep cooking, keep sharing, and keep safe. See you next week.